Hi everyone! In this video, we'll be going over sentence errors, run-ons, and comma splices. Some sentence errors are caused by incorrect punctuation. Maybe you're not sure how to use a comma, a period, or a semicolon. Or maybe there is an incorrect use of conjunctions. You're not sure how to use and, so, if, because, although, since. In this lesson, we will go over two common types of errors and learn how to fix them: run-ons and comma splices. So if we understand punctuation and how to use conjunctions, we avoid these two types of errors. First, let's talk about punctuation. What does a comma signal? A comma signals a short pause in a sentence. It tells the reader to slow down for a second, but then continue until the thought is complete. When I learn new words, my English improves. Did you hear that short pause? It was just for 1 second. On the other hand, what does a period signal? A period signals a thought is complete. It tells the reader the sentence is now finished. You need to stop. I have been taking ESL classes at Palomar for 2 years. Since then, my English has improved. This period tells the reader that the sentence is finished and you're starting a new one. What do semicolons signal? A semicolon looks like this right here. A semicolon joins closely related complete sentences. It signals to the reader to expect more information about the same idea. Some people like to read books. This is one sentence. Some people is my subject. Like is a verb. To read books is a complete thought. And then I have my semicolon and then another complete sentence. Others prefer to watch movies. This is a subject, this is the verb, and this is the complete thought. So I have two independent clauses, which means they are complete sentences, but I joined them with a semicolon because they're closely related. Some people like to read books, others prefer to watch movies. The reader expects more information about the same idea. What's wrong with this sentence? He packed his suitcase, comma, he went to the airport, comma, and then he called his wife, comma, she was taking the kids to school, he needed to write something down, but he had too many things in his hands, he needed to call work to tell them he was going to be gone for a few days, he was going to San Jose for a conference. Help! I need a break to catch my breath. Where are the periods and commas? There's no time to stop and pause, right? So these are run-ons and comma splices. I'd like you now to take out a piece of paper or your notebook to take notes. You're going to write down what a run-on is, what a comma splice is, and write an example. And I'd like you to take notes on the 5 ways to fix them. Okay. A run-on sentence is caused by running one sentence into another. It has 2 or more independent clauses that aren't joined correctly. I love learning English. It's a lot of fun. This first one, it's a run-on. Basically, I have one sentence and it's running into the other sentence with no punctuation here. They're not joined correctly. But the second one is correct because this is one sentence and this is another sentence. So you could put a period in between the 2 sentences. But you cannot just go on with 2 sentences with nothing here. A comma splice is similar to a run-on. It's caused by incorrectly using a comma to combine two or more independent clauses. I love learning English, comma, it's a lot of fun. So this is similar to a run-on, but you just added a comma here. But that's not correct either. This is a comma splice. You can't combine two sentences with only a comma. This is incorrect. After a sentence, you can put a period. Let's talk now about the 5 ways to fix these errors. The first way is the easiest. You just add a period and you have 2 complete sentences. I love San Diego, it's a beautiful city. This is a run-on. So to fix it, you just, at the end of the first sentence, you put that period to signal stop. Now you try. How would we fix this run-on? San Diego has lots of great beaches. Carlsbad is my favorite. Where would the period go? Correct. It would go after beaches, right here. The second way to fix a run-on or comma splice is to link them with a semicolon. Arizona has cheaper housing, that's why I might move there. This first sentence, this is a comma splice. These are 2 complete sentences or independent clauses with a weak comma or an incorrect comma. To fix it, you could just put a semicolon. Arizona has cheaper housing, semicolon, that's why I might move there. We're joining 2 closely related sentences. The third way is to link them with a semicolon and a transition word, or we call a conjunctive adverb. However, also, therefore, furthermore, instead. These are examples of transition words. There are more, but these are some examples. I might move to Arizona. It's not as nice as San Diego. I could say, I might move to Arizona, semicolon. However, comma, it's not as nice as San Diego. So this is the third way. You could also put a period here. Period, however, but you could use these transition words with a semicolon or a period. Now you try. How would we fix this comma splice? San Diego has beautiful beaches, comma, also it has very nice weather. Here I have a comma splice. How would I fix it? San Diego has beautiful beaches, semicolon, also, comma, it has very nice weather. The fourth way to fix a run-on or comma splice is to join the 2 sentences with a coordinating conjunction in a compound sentence. You could use one of the fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. I don't want to get skin cancer, I wear sunblock. So here I have a run-on. I'm running 2 sentences into each other. To fix it, I could use one of those coordinating conjunctions. I don't want to get skin cancer, comma, so I wear sunblock. So this is the correct way to use a comma. We use a comma before the fanboys. Now you try. How would we fix this run-on? Swimming in the ocean is fun, you need to be careful. Here I have a run-on. How would I fix this? Good. You could use a fanboys. Swimming in the ocean is fun, comma, but you need to be careful of these things. Jellyfish, sharks. The fifth way to fix a run-on or comma splice is to join the 2 separate sentences into one with a subordinating conjunction or a relative pronoun. Subordinating conjunctions are words like because, since, although, when, after, and if, and they have dependent and independent clauses. Or you can use a relative pronoun like who, which, and that, and this also creates a dependent clause. Let's look at some examples. He loves the beach, he likes surfing. Here I have a run-on sentence. Okay, I just have two sentences running into each other. I could combine them with a subordinating conjunction like because. He loves the beach because he likes surfing. Or you could add a word like who. Most people who like surfing love the beach. So here I have a subordinating conjunction, and over here I used a relative pronoun. So you make a dependent clause and an independent clause. Now you try. How would you fix this comma splice? She saw a shark, she quickly got out of the ocean. We could add a subordinating conjunction like when. When she saw a shark, she quickly got out of the ocean. Here I have a dependent clause. I added this subordinating conjunction. The woman who saw the shark quickly got out of the ocean. Or you could use a relative pronoun. And here I have my dependent clause. Who saw a shark? Let's review what we learned. A run-on combines two sentences with no punctuation or conjunction. Comma splice does the same, combining two sentences with an incorrect comma use. How do we fix them? You can add a period to separate them. I learn grammar, period. My English improves. You could add a semicolon. I learn grammar. My English improves. You could add a transition. I learn grammar, semicolon, or period. Therefore, my English improves. So here I added a transition. 4, you can add a coordinating conjunction. I learn grammar and my English improves. And remember, you want a comma before your fanboys. You could also add a subordinating conjunction. When I learn grammar, comma, my English improves. So I use this subordinating conjunction and then I put a comma in the middle. So that's it for this video. I hope you have a better understanding of run-ons and comma splices. We will be practicing to help you avoid these common sentence types. Thanks for watching.